Someone is manipulating you every single day. The scary part? You usually don't notice it. The most powerful manipulation doesn't feel like manipulation at all. It feels like your own decision. In this video, I'll break down 6 powerful manipulation techniques that shape what people think, feel, and do. And once you understand them, you'll start noticing them everywhere. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is what I call the dance. All great manipulation is like a dance between comfort and pressure. You give a little comfort. The target feels safe. They're relaxed. They trust you. And then, oh no, here comes the pressure. You give a little more comfort. The target relaxes again. They feel secure. And then, oh no, another pressure point. This dance is how you keep someone psychologically hooked. Whether it's a long-term relationship or a single conversation, the dance is always there. Now, why does this work? Pressure creates open loops in the brain. Comfort helps close those loops. The person becomes dependent on you to regulate how they feel. The best way to implement this tactically is the but/therefore framework. Every move you make should connect with either but or therefore, never and then. I made them feel valued, therefore they lowered their guard. But then I introduced doubt, therefore they came back seeking reassurance. That's a manipulation sequence. And then I did this, and then I did that. That's just a diary, no leverage. Use but and therefore to build your influence chain. It'll feel like a natural flow that the other person can't detect or resist. Tip number 2 is rhythm. There's a natural subconscious pacing to how persuasive people speak and communicate that the brain finds soothing, sometimes even hypnotic. You can hear it in the most charismatic people. There's a natural ebb and flow. The rhythm of their words is almost musical. When your sentences are all the same length, people subconsciously tune out. They feel the pattern, and pattern breaks presence. What you want in manipulation is unpredictability in your delivery. Short, punchy, then long and hypnotic, then short again. When you're scripting a conversation or a pitch, write every sentence on a separate line. Look at the right edge. If it's straight, you're monotonous. If it's jagged, you have rhythm. Rhythm is one of the most overlooked tools in manipulation. Master it. Tip number 3 is tone. The most effective manipulators in every field are the ones with the most conversational tone. It genuinely feels like they're right there in the room with you. Emma Chamberlain built a massive following because she felt like your best friend talking to you. Casey Neistat? Same thing. When you watch him, you forget you're watching a video. But the person I studied most on this was Steve Jobs. Watch his original 2007 iPhone keynote. He's not presenting, he's talking to you, like your golf buddies, like he's letting you in on a secret. That's deeply intentional, and it took years to build. Here's why it matters. When you sound conversational, you bypass the other person's conscious defenses. Instead of thinking, am I being sold to? Am I being played? They forget to ask. They just feel like they're in a conversation. You move them out of the analytical brain and into the emotional brain. The tactical fix: practice every conversation, pitch, or script as if you're talking to one specific person you're close to. Not a crowd, not a concept, one person. Print their photo if you have to. When people feel like you're talking with them, not at them, the walls come down. And that's the door manipulation walks through. Tip number 4 is direction. This sounds counterintuitive, but the best place to start when you're planning any manipulation is the end. Figure out the outcome you want, then work backwards. I call the final move the last dab. It needs to be so clean, so perfectly placed, that even if that's the only thing the other person remembers, it seals everything. Think of it like a loop. The last thing you do sets up the first thing you said. It all connects. Think about Christopher Nolan, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet. Insanely complicated plots, But they work because he knew exactly where they were going before he built the tension in the middle. You're not making a film, but the same logic applies. Know your target outcome. Know the last thing you want them to feel, decide, or do. Then build the dance in the middle to get them there. When I'm planning an influence sequence, I write the opening move and the closing move first. Then I fill in the middle. Try it. It changes everything. Tip number 5 is what I call manipulation lenses, and it's how you stay one step ahead of the person you're influencing. Today, obvious influence tactics aren't enough. Most people have heard of basic persuasion. They've watched a few videos. They're somewhat defended. So how do you stay ahead? A manipulation lens is your unique angle, the spin that the other person never sees coming. Imagine a beam of light. Everyone sees the same white beam, but put a prism in front of it, and what comes out looks completely different. That prism is your lens, your unique fingerprint. When Taylor Swift went to the Super Bowl, the obvious angle was what she wore, or who she sat with. Everyone covered that. But the uncommon lens was the business impact she was having on the NFL. That's what stood out, because almost nobody else took that angle. Same with manipulation. The obvious approach is asking directly or applying obvious pressure. But the uncommon lens might be strategic vulnerability, letting them feel like they have the power while you're quietly steering the outcome. Find your lens. Be a category of one. That's where the real leverage lives. Tip number 6 is the hook. And I saved this for last because everyone always leads with it. But here's the truth. If you can't hook someone in the first few seconds of an interaction, none of the other 5 things matter. They're already gone. 2 ways to upgrade your hook. First, your opening move should be as direct and loaded as possible. If you want something, the hook should immediately signal value to them. Not vague, not mysterious, not wait till you hear this. Because if the first thing out of your mouth doesn't create curiosity or relevance, you're dead. Second, and this is the one most people completely miss, visual hooks are 10 times more powerful than verbal ones. What does that mean? Don't just say something interesting, show something. Put something in their environment, in their hands, on a screen. Something their eyes can react to before their brain has time to filter it. Eyes process faster than ears. The visual lands before the defense goes up. My friend Kevin from Epic Gardening does this perfectly. Before you even hear him speak, you see a vivid red strawberry on screen. Instantly, you know what it's about. If you're interested, you stay. Use this. Complement every verbal hook with something visual. Show while you tell. All right, that's it for this one. In the meantime, let me know what you thought of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.